the event, is actually there is a donor part. I don't know what you guys
we call it the Fund the Mission section.
Fund the Mission, yes. Yep. I had a microphone. I got to go around like giving people microphones. Love doing that. It was great. So
we're going to ask you to do that at the end of this.
Don't hesitate to do it. So what was beautiful was, people, businesses, and the businesses are businesses, right? It's realtors, it's certain restaurant, and people are throwing up like $2,000, $3,000, and then you hear $1 million, and I mean, I'm trying not to do the Austin Power thing with the pinky here, but like someone just donated $1 million. Who was that?
So it was the board of directors and creators of GameCoin.
Okay.
I, like you, when I found out moments before the rest of the attendees at the ball, I was in their section. They told me what they were about to do and how they wanted it announced, and you had to scrape me off the floor. So it was unbelievable. They donated together as their board of directors and their creators. The $1 million came from their personal. It wasn't directly associated with GameCoin, but they are the founders of GameCoin.
So had that ever happened before? That kind of
not
donation?
In my experience, and I actually went back to the Jumonville family who actually started this organization 54 years ago and asked if there had ever been that significant, and the answer was clearly no, because we have incrementally increased our fundraising dollars over the years.
You're kind of a big deal.
You're
you're
will
humble.
tell you this.
Unlike some people, you're actually humble about the fact that you're a big deal. But I'm just saying, it's a tremendous charity event.
I will tell you this. The way that we look at it from our committee perspective and our executive board especially is we can't do what we do without our community.
Right.
And honestly, the community shows up and they donate. Everyone is affected by cancer, directly or indirectly. And this is a way for us to put ourselves on the map. Fun fact, we are in the top 5 events in the United States for American Cancer Society. Last year, we came in number 2.
Like the entire United States.
It's entire, behind Chicago, behind Houston, behind New York.
I was going to say like New York.
California. I mean, big metropolitan cities who have lots of events and raise tremendous amounts of dollars for fundraising organizations. Baton Rouge, Louisiana was put on the map. We're not first for a lot of things, but we were up at the top for that.
Awesome. So we're going to, before I go through the actual nuts and bolts of the event, because I mean, you need to talk about what it means to be a part of the Best Dressed Ball. Are tickets still available? Can I get tickets, or are you all sold out?
We are all sold out.
Oh, my God.
And we were sold out as of May 1st.
So I'm going to tell you, I don't want to name drop, but someone approached me because I did not get tickets because I've got a couple of, as you've heard me bemoaning earlier, I've got some trials coming up that are question marks on whether or not I can go or not. But she's like, hey, there was this table and there's like 2 tickets available. And I was like, cool, what's the ticket price? And she's like, $400 a piece. And I was like, that tracks. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's that kind of it's a great event. So let's say you wanted to be on a wait list. Is there a wait list?
There is.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good.
So we always tell people, because right now we do have some things shifting. Look, people's lives change. They have a vacation. They get sick. Their kids aren't going to school.
Let me
whatever.
say, as someone who's gotten a table for this event before, being a table captain of any event it's fun, and it's also a thankless job, because you line up the kittens, you herd them up, and it's like, okay, you need to tell me if you can go, because these tickets are like really hard to get and people want to go. And I have my own subway. I had like an A squad and a B squad.
Hey.
The B people were important too. It was just this
backup plan.
right. And so like people like a week before, they were like, I'm not sure if I can go now. And you're just like, oh, lovely. So, okay, so there is a wait list.
There is. So if I could give people any piece of advice, in April, May, we start to push out on social media that our tables are open to the public. And what that means is our honorees, our beautiful honorees, are designated in January.
Right.
We have a kickoff with them. They obviously have first right of refusal to their table selections. Our sponsors who come in early gobble up the rest, and then we go to the public. By May 1st, we were sold out, so we do take waiting lists. We actually cut that off about a month and a half, 2 months ago. But now we did start calling a couple people because we had a couple tables surface. But imagine table captaining for 10 people and having to herd those cats. Do that on times 210 tables.
Yeah, I don't.
2,100 people.
Yeah. So if you're listening and you want to switch over to YouTube, we are now hot and live on YouTube. You can go to the Geaux Rouge channel. You know, here's the thing. The most tables I've ever done is I did an event where it was what was the fur ball? The fur ball.
Oh yes, great event.
My Molly was a lady in the court, which meant I got to be a lady in the court, which was different for me. 2 tables.
Fancy.
2 tables was a lot. Like I didn't want. In fact, the words that came out of my mouth after was I don't want to ever do this again. I'll do 1 table, but not 2 tables. All right, so super excited. I mean, look, there's going to be like a underground dark web way of getting these tickets. I'm convinced that. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably make a post on social media about, look, I'm looking for best dressed ball tickets, and I'll pay twice sticker price.
Wow.
Can
you call me first?
I can.
Okay.
And then the proceeds all go towards, after expenses and whatnot.
Sure. Yeah.
So American Cancer Society. Okay. So let's do a walkthrough of this event. So you walk in. The times I've gone, from what I remember, and I say that tongue in cheek, there is the bar area, right? So you have cocktails, adult beverages, and all that, because that helps you donate. I mean, that's the secret of any good charity event, Brian, is social lubricant. It
gives you, it makes
courage,
you fearless.
Liquid courage.
Yeah.
So there's that component. You if you're at a table, which I mean most people are, there is the dinner component, right?
Yes.
You actually get food. They feed you.
Plated meal.
A plated meal. Where's the event this year?
At the Raising Cane's River Center.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big old Raising Cane's. Oh man. I need to get tickets. I can't believe I'm
Franz, I'll tell you this. If you need 2 seats to the event, you call us and we'll find a spot for you.
Appreciate it. Awesome. So look, you're at the Raising Cane Center. You got the open bars, you got the tables and all the food. But this is when the pageantry. Are you sitting down, Brian? This is when the pageant. I get excited about pageantry.
I love when someone who's looking right at me and I am sitting down and then asks me, "Are you sitting?" It's not like we're on the phone.
So I've been I say this. I've been using the phrase "buckle up" a lot. In fact, I used it in court the other day, and someone's like, "You need to get a new phrase because you've been saying buckle up a lot."
Stop trying to make buckle up happen.
Yeah, I know.
Brian, do you have a seatbelt in your chair?
Look,
you know what? I need one.
You can't make fetch happen. It has to. Anyways, so how many men and women participate in our second half? We're going to actually have some of the participants in the honorees. So how many men and women participate in the actual runway diva best dress component?
Yeah, so we have 10 women and 10 gentlemen. So 20 honorees altogether.
Let's be honest. It's really about the women. Like people
Well,
care about the
everyone
dress.
wants to see
The
what
dresses,
she's
right?
wearing.
Right.
I don't know. I am going to put this class of both men and women up against the other classes, which this might be fighting words to our alumni, but this class is going to show up. So I am extremely excited to see these dance moves.
So how many events are there? So Trey Nelson's in the studio. He's going to be on in the next segment. Let's say you're Trey Nelson. How many events throughout the year is Trey going to for this cause?
So as an honoree, when they accept or when we call them to accept this position, we really do try to give them a clear picture, and I'll let them kind of weigh in on that. But we want to give them expectation. A lot of times you've been asked to do a number of things.
Right.
We've all been asked to do a number of things, and there's always, can you raise a minimum dollar amount of X?
Well, yeah.
Well, we don't do that. So it truly is someone from our community who is nominated. We take open nominations in the month of October, November. They're open for about 3 weeks. Those nominations come in. Then that nomination list is then sent to a voting query. Voting query is made up from alumni, past sponsors, community activists, people who are involved. And then that list gets voted on is then taken into our executive board, and that's where we call our top 10 and top 10 men, top 10 women.
Okay.
So to answer your question, Trey, we do ask him, look, we are asking you to be an ambassador for the mission of American Cancer Society for the best dress ball this year. And he says, yeah.
So let me cut the foreplay out.
Oh,
Meat and potatoes. How many
I'm not a microwave kind of girl.
I know. How many outfits does Trey get to be a part, as a man, to be a part of the best dress process?
Now, if Trey is a diva.
Let's say hypothetically his name was Franz and he was a diva.
Okay.
How many outfits are we talking?
He needs a total of 7 outfits. He needs one for his photo. He needs one for his video. He needs
and
one.
And you telling him this, right?
No, but I mean, he could wear the same outfit for everything if he wanted to, but I doubt that Trey's going to do that. There's the pre-party. Okay. There is the in-register. Yeah, there's the in-register issue release party where we find out their partner pairings and they find out who made the cover. There is also a secondary event throughout the year. We try to do a sponsorship event. Then they have rehearsal, which is another outfit, unless you're showing up in your PJs, and then the big show.
Dude, I envision, and again, I clearly have never been a part of this. I envision like a NASCAR arrangement where I'm like going and being like, "Hey, you want to sponsor this? You can sponsor this suit." So seven
It's a great
outfits,
idea.
7 outfits for a male. Same for women. I mean, or is it more wardrobe changes? In there?
I'd say it's same for the women. Nobody wants to be in either their print or in their video in the same outfit.
So to be clear, going back to the actual Best Dressed Ball event, to be clear, at one point during the actual event, Brian, all 20 of these human beings, 10 men, 10 women, are performing, if you will, dancing, not really dancing, but they're doing a runway to music and to other things, and y'all are paired, so it's like one guy and one gal at the same time, right?
Right, absolutely.
It gets-
And the confetti goes nuts.
Oh,
it is crazy. So the River Center charges us for cleanup per lawn bag of confetti that they pick up, and they picked up 37
So you gotta.
bags.
So for those who are watching or listening, if you're watching on YouTube or listening, so what happens is your entourage, Trey's entourage, is Chris Cangelosi's entourage. When she is on stage, they cheer her on. They do things to inspire and motivate her. Whether it's the bombs, the confetti bombs. I mean, it's all sorts of things. It's not just the. I mean, it gets over the top. I mean,
Absolutely.
so they do the actual stage. Is there truly a selection of best dressed at some point, or is that just,
There's no winner.
Yeah, there isn't yet a winner. I'm just saying, stick around.
There's no award given.
Right. But I mean, look. There's no official award, but I mean, amongst you guys, I'm sure they're like, "Oh my God, did you see her outfit? Did you see her dress?
She nailed it.
She nailed it. She had
It's
her
like the
assignment."
Met.
Yeah.
Everybody weighs in. They pick their favorite dress. Like, we actually should do an episode after post event
Yes.
on like who wore it best. Like, that's a really cool idea.
So also, and I talked to Karen Perfita the year she was on it. Like, I am of the mindset there's a couple of good. There's really some good suit companies in Baton Rouge. I mean, I love Martinez. I love Brown and Brown. I've actually Haspel made a tuxedo seersucker jacket for me. Carriages. We've got great men's apparel. Karen Perfita went to like Chicago, and I'm like, I wasn't even because how often do I buy ball gowns?
Right.
You're
Well,
right.
frequently.
Right.
Clearly.
I mean, clearly. So we've got about 2 minutes. Love you guys. We got about 2 minutes left. If you're tuning in, we are chatting with Michelle and Whitney from the Best Dressed Ball. We are going to be edging into our first break, and when we come back, we're going to have more of them as well as some of our honorees. We've got Chris Cangelosi and Trey Nelson in. They are two honorees. I can't wait to. I love Chris Cangelosi. Just met Trey, but
And
I'm
he's
sure.
fantastic.
Yeah, he really is. And so we're going to talk more about the Best Dressed Ball. If you want more information about the episodes of the Geaux Rouge Show, go to www.geauxrouge.com. You can watch all our episodes on demand, www.geauxrouge.com. If you want to watch the episodes on YouTube, you could go to the YouTube channel. We have a channel, Brian. The Geaux Rouge channel. You can click subscribe so you'll get notifications when we have new episodes on. And that also builds by the way, we've talked about this in the past. The more subscribers, the more my ego, like the Grinch's heart, grows exponentially. So we're going to be taking our first break. Brian, I need to get you to go to this event so bad. What if I sponsored your outfit, Brian? All right, we're going to hit our first break. We'll be back.
Brian. Yes.
It's okay. All right, so we're going to take a quick little break. Y'all did great. Y'all did great. Told you it was super easy.
I'll let you talk this next time.
So the whole thing. So we're still on YouTube live. Are the mics still hot?
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
so
hi.
so obviously, what I try to explain to people is it's conversational. We're just goofing around, and so when we come back, we're gonna have Chris and Trey come on and talk about their experiences as a part of it. We're gonna talk about the couture for cure for cure. Say that word for me.
Couture.
Couture.
Couture. I mean, if you're shopping for a ball
I
gown
really
in Chicago,
didn't know.
you need to know
I
the
didn't
word.
really know if it was a typo. I mean, God's honest truth.
It's probably a typo.
No, it's how you spell it. But I'm like, is it culture for a cure or like couture for?
Couture.
So we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, do I need to be at the event to win a raffle?
You don't.
You do not.
Oh my God.
Whitney's going to explain that to
So
you.
by the way, if you're listening and you happen to be on the Junior League, the Rolex tickets and the Mercedes tickets are now available, and I'm just throwing it out there to the league. I'm going to get that Rolex this year. I'm getting that Rolex this
So,
year.
Franz, do you want a great, fun fact about me personally?
I would love many facts. about
I
myself.
sold the winning Rolex ticket for the Junior League of Baton Rouge 2 years in a row.
To who won it?
So the first year, my friend Jesse Landry sold him a ticket at the gala. He won that night. Then the next year, I sold my tickets as my commitment for the Junior League. And so, of course, my husband buys one. And the night of the drawing, I'm at home having dinner. My phone starts blowing up. Everybody's like, oh, my goodness, David just won the Rolex. I'm like, no way.
I want to talk about, and I'm going to sound a little sour. I'm going to sound a little bitter. Maybe butthurt is the technical term.
Hey.
So I have a long-standing, wonderful relationship with the league, although they don't all acknowledge that. And so my quest to becoming the first Junior League male member, which is completely a joke. I think it's a wonderful women's organization, but we have fun. So in an effort to support them, because they really, we have a good relationship and there's a lot of reciprocal events we do and whatnot. I bought one half of all the Rolex tickets, which
Wow.
at $50 a pop. That
That's
was
a lot.
Oh my lord.
Because I just wanted to give
I'd
back,
be bitter too.
And you didn't win?
and they were all like, "You got this in the bag, no big deal." And I was about to buy another quarter of the tickets just to support the event because I really wanted a Rolex. And so I go.
At that point,
to
he could have bought his
Holidays.
own.
I go to Holidays. I'm like decked out. I'm ready to do they've planned it. There's going to be a photo thing and all this. The person that won bought 2 tickets.
It's typically how it
Outlook.
works.
And then there was they were like trying to console me, and I was because I had to be like, no, guys, it's about the charity. I'm good, guys. I'm going to cry in the car. I'm good.
I'm going to need my tax deduction.
Now
form.
this is the kicker, though. This is the kicker. So they had previously sold a certain set number. The Mercedes are unlimited tickets. The Rolex, they only have a finite number of them.
Right.
Because I modified the curve of how many tickets they sold, this year they're now selling like 200 to 300 more than they sold the last year. And I was like, you can't do that. Like you're making it harder for me now to.
Chances are, yeah.
Yeah.
Meow.
Man. Meow.
And then,
15 seconds back. I'm going to go ahead and kill the mics for YouTube now, so I'm going to turn back over where you be back on here.
sounds awesome. Thank you, Brian. All right, welcome back to the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host, Franz Borkhardt. This is episode 118, Brian. I was supposed to get a set of steak knives at episode 100. Didn't get the set of steak knives. Just saying.
You didn't get your steak knives?
I did not.
Supply chain issues.
When I beat you like you owed me money on the Fat Boy 50, I at least got a belt.
You did get a belt. I paid up on the belt.
You honor.
There actually were supply chain issues on that. It took like 4 months.
I know. I didn't want to go there. So, yeah. So, speaking of losing a bunch of weight, we need to thank. Shout out to Dr. G, Dr. Gunjarena. Y'all call her
Gigi. She's amazing.
She really is. www.drrena.com. People think I'm crazy when I'm like, yeah, she's a show sponsor, but guys, seriously, concierge medicine, it is so much, I cannot tell you how much I love it. And it's not just accessibility, it's having a doctor that actually is consciously caring about you on a level of, hey, I prescribed this last week for you. How's it working? Okay, if it's not working, let's quit it. Before this, I never had a doc. Can you imagine a doctor just calling you? Dr. G calls me and texts me. She also gives me some positive motivation through negative reinforcement. It's great. So www.drrena.com. She wants me to get back to my I need to get back to about 25 pounds down, Brian. I need to lose that. Other show sponsor is La Divina Italian Cafe, open every day for their custom-made from scratch breakfasts, as well as serving custom or select wines, ice cold beer, plus their exclusive sorbet mimosa. And last but not least, perhaps the finest criminal defense firm in the multiverse, the Borkhardt Law Firm. That is my lemonade stand. if you ever wonder why it is that we have this radio show, it's in part because of the criminality in Baton Rouge and my criminal defense firm. That by that I mean that, not the criminality in Baton Rouge. The criminals don't really directly fund the show, but it's kind of
you're getting dangerously close to making it sound like this entire operation is a front.
RICO, money laundering. Yes, no,
Pivot.
yeah, pivot. Yes, thank you, Michelle. So we had if you were in the tongue in cheek, I mean, Brian, you know this because we are together every Wednesday for Mornings with Brian Howday for Legally Served, a legal segment that we do together. I really do love being a criminal defense attorney. I was a prosecutor for a while, and I love doing that too. But I really do love what I'm doing, although today I've been complaining because I've got a trial in Alexandria next week. But that all being said, we've been talking with Michelle and Whitney from the Best Dressed Ball. Welcome back to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so ball gowns. I mentioned before the break, one of my good friends, Karen Perfito, went to Chicago to get her ball gown. Where do the women get their ball gowns from? All over the country? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, lots of different places. Chatterbox is a great place locally. They support us every
Okay.
year. They're actually one of our sponsors for our Couture for a Cure raffle. So they definitely are a go-to for most women in town.
so speaking of sponsors, and Whitney, you can do this if you want. Why don't y'all rattle off some of the tremendous supporting sponsors that you guys have this year, the 2022 sponsors?
Yeah.
So this year we actually had a little bit of a shift. Excel, Mr. Dave Roberts that owns Excel, has been a longtime supporter. He has been our presenting sponsor for
Right.
a number of years. He actually stepped up in a big way, and he is now our title sponsor. So the event is actually called the Excel Best Dressed Ball, and our presenting sponsor is now Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Institute. So
Which he spread the love, right? He
spread the
allowed that.
love.
Yeah, okay.
Well, and not just allowed it. We just this year, I think, from the notoriety and how big everything's gotten over the years, we just have a number of sponsors that wanted to get involved, and this was a great way to be able to be inclusive of everyone who wanted to participate. So, Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Institute, Hackley Enterprises, H&O. Relief Windows is a longtime sponsor. They support us in so many different ways. We have Care South, the Spine Center, Dr. Kevin McCarthy. He has also been a longtime supporter, almost 8 to 10 years for him. He was an honoree a number of years ago. Ochsner, Cancer Institute, Orion Laboratories, Celtic Group, JP Morgan. Should I continue?
You can.
Aetna. Okay. Aetna, Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge, Group Contractors, Eggy Salon, who is one of our honorees this year, Miss Rachel Eggy. Speaking of going get a dress, she went all the way to Los Angeles.
Right, because that's where you get a ball gown from, right?
Yeah, a custom one, that's for
Rachel
sure. Delta Bank, Highland Wealth, Capital One, Arkell, Assurance Financial.
That's your
Whoop, whoop.
lemonade stand, right?
My lemonade stand. CSRS and Mary Bird Perkins are some of our sponsors.
So I wanted you to say that because I really do appreciate the fact that all these entities are supporting what you guys are doing. I mean, maybe a couple of years from now, I'll have like Our Lady of the Lake money and not the Borkhardt Law Firm. Like, Excel, get out of the way. Borkhardt Law Firm money. I don't nearly have that. Like, I'm good. I'm not that good. But you can't do an event like the people don't realize how much you need to. I mean, I volunteered, I think, last year, and watching the setup, watching everything that was going on, I was like, this is impressive. So, speaking of impressive, we've got two of your honorees in studio, so we're going to welcome in. We're going to welcome in Chris Cangelosi. Chris is a former attendee of the show or a guest of the show, and then we got Trey Nelson as well. Michelle, you're going to stick around. Okay. Whitney, thank you so much. You don't have to leave, but just we're making room. We're just making room. I love it. All right, so we're going to start with Chris. Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself. I know about you, but we want to share the love. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I'm the artistic director of the Cangelosi Dance Project here in Baton Rouge. Dancer, choreographer, teacher, and I do a lot of outreach performances here in the community.
Cool. And you are, man, you're going to be, I have big expectations from you. I expect you to be full-blown deep. I've seen you perform at events, charity events before. And I'm just saying, I know, I've looked at the honoree list. I mean, I've picked up an in register. I mean, I read in register like the hot sheets. Not like criminal law hot sheets. But my point is, I was sitting there, I was thinking, I bet Chris is going to, don't spoil the dress or anything like that. But like, How excited are you about this event?
Oh, I'm so excited. I couldn't believe I got a phone call back in December. I was like, oh, my God, yes. I didn't even have to know the details.
Right,
Like,
yes.
been there, done that 10 years. Yeah, I'd love to be an honoree. So that
Cool.
was such an honor.
And then we also have Trey Nelson. Trey, welcome to the Geaux Rouge Show. It's your first time here. You are the Director of Economic Development at Ochsner, right?
I am.
You're kind of a big deal.
It's an exciting job over at Ochsner. I manage a lot of our partnerships over the region and external affairs, volunteerism, and then our education focus and a little bit of our GR work.
So when you got the call, because at some point I imagine somebody calls you or emails you, like, what did you think? Did you know you were going to get nominated, or was it a complete surprise for you?
Yeah, I was driving back from getting lunch with a friend downtown, and I got the phone call, and I was under an overpass, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, I don't know if it disconnected or if I heard that right. I don't know if you called to say hey, you didn't get it, Trey. But no, I was very excited and very humbled and honored to be a part of this awesome group.
Awesome. And we were talking at the break. I feel comfortable saying you got your suit from Brown & Brown, right?
Yes.
Shout out to Gino Brown.
Shout out Gino. He's a man.
So Gino Brown, oh man, a lot of listeners have heard my Mr. Brown story, Gino's father's story, where I ran into Mr. Brown, and I've been going to Brown & Brown for a long time. I ran into him at Militello's. Mr. Brown had these gator boots, and I was like, Mr. Brown, they were green gator boots. They were the sexiest boots I've ever seen. Men's boots.
That's fire.
Yeah. And so I go, Mr. Brown, can I get a pair of gator boots? Because they make boots there. And he goes, Franz, come to Brown & Brown, and we'll get you a good pair of boots. But these are not for you. And I said, it knocked me off my horse for a second. I was like, what do you mean? I can do those boots. And he was like, no, Franz, no, these are not for you. I love Mr. Brown. God rest his soul. I'm glad that Gino is, and I hear Gino is going to be participating in the event. And so, yeah, I love it, man. So are you guys geared up, excited? When is the event again?
Saturday.
Yeah.
August
Saturday.
13th.
Next
August
Saturday.
13th.
Yeah. Oh, man.
A little bit over a week away.
So much pageantry in one spot.
Tons of pageantry.
So excited. So here's the deal. In the first half, I let slip. I've got a trial in Alexandria that starts on Monday and could go up to 2 weeks. And there is, and this is one of those trials where they actually go through the weekend and we'll actually do stuff on Saturday. And how do I tell this judge, I don't think you understand. It's the best dressed ball in Baton Rouge, and I kind of have to be there. I mean, it's expected, self-imposed expectation that I have to be there. So I'm hoping that the trial ends terribly early and I can drive back. And even if she breaks at 5 o'clock on Saturday, maybe I gotta get tickets. I gotta talk to Michelle about getting tickets.
You think you could put a cutout of you just in place if the trial runs over an extra few days?
I know people that do giant cutouts, and I'm convinced that for the right donation for the event, we could not only have the cutout there, we could have photos of Michelle and Whitney next to the cutout. I mean, everything. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Everything is negotiable when it comes to fighting cancer. So, okay.
Absolutely.
So, thank you guys for participating. I mean, in the first half of the show, we talked about the number of outfits, and I had no clue. 7 different outfits.
Yeah.
Was that hard? I mean,
I had a great time.
I mean, yeah.
Not hard at all.
Right. So what's really cool is, and this is something that I'm pointing out, is by you guys participating, it also helps you further those causes that are near and dear to you in terms of your, Ochsner, your business, the dance studio and whatnot. And you're heavily involved. I mean, you're both heavily involved in the community, but Chris, you've been doing this for I don't know how long. So we appreciate you guys being in and participating. We're gonna pivot now to couture for the cure, not a typo, not culture for a cure, couture for the cure. So okay, there's this raffle that's attached. Y'all don't go anywhere. Y'all stick around. Yeah. So there's a raffle that's associated. Talk to me about what the raffle is for. I'm guessing it's for a couture. What kind of couture?
So we have 9 items up for raffle. We have 10 wonderful sponsors. We have Bernhard Norman Construction, Eggy Salon, Assurance Financial, the W Group. I'm trying to think of everybody else. Yeah, Chatterbox, Fellow. There's a great spot for men to get some custom suits, carriages, as well as I Manage, the Butler family, and LA Aesthetics. Yep, I think I got it all.
So okay, Whitney, like what is getting
Yeah,
raffled?
okay.
Talk to me here.
So,
Like,
Where to find
take
them?
my
I know.
money, Whitney. I want to buy raffle tickets.
He bought half the junior league tickets.
I know.
Okay, we
So
gotta
the
go
tickets
here.
are
Was that me
$100.
being kind of deep? Was that me being kind of douchey, being like, I bought half the Rolex tickets?
No,
No,
we
you
have
don't.
the-
Little bit,
we have
little
the
bit,
tickets
little
for you
bit.
to
It's for
buy.
charity.
Okay,
Absolutely.
It's for charity.
all right.
So we have 6 designer handbags:
Mm-hmm.
Chanel, Chloe, YSL, Fendi, Gucci, Stella. Great options.
I hear women like that.
Yes.
I hear women like handbags.
And the perfect news is that we only have 500 raffle tickets. So you have really great
How
odds.
much are each ticket?
They're $100 a piece.
Okay, I like this.
And last night, thanks to Jubin's, Solu, Superior, and Rufino's, we did a restaurant wars,
Oh.
and we sold 136 tickets last night.
So how many are left? Do you think?
Well,
We're
136
not
minus 500, but I'm no
So there we've
algebra.
got plenty of tickets left. I can buy some.
364.
Don't make me do
Thank you,
math on
Brian.
air.
You can buy 360.
So I asked I asked in the first half, do you have to be present at the event to win?
You do not have to be
Okay.
present to win.
Okay, cool.
We will announce the winners the night of.
Right.
And if you're not
Maybe
there, we'll send it to you.
maybe I can have the cutout there to receive the handbag if I win a handbag. I am a big fan of couture.
We're gonna need to make sure that your cutout has a notch on the shoulder.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't. Oh man. Any men's items?
We do. So, Fellow Menswear, they're out of New Orleans.
Right.
They are donating a $1,000 gift card. They do custom suits, jackets, shirts, and shoes.
Love it.
I know you like boots. So.
I do like boots.
And then we also have carriages. They're doing $1,500 towards a Samuelson jacket.
I don't know if you noticed this or not because I know y'all don't notice men's shoes.
Look at these.
Snap.
Trey and I have similar tastes in Chelsea boots.
Chelsea's on, yeah.
Yes. I like boots, dude.
Can we go back to the
guy.
Gator boot?
Stop. So okay. So raffle tickets. If I want to buy the raffle tickets, how do I buy them?
So you can go to our website,
And what's the-
brbestdressball.com.
brbestdressball.com. That
And-
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. And so you can just do them online. You can order it online. And
Have you
you'll
bought
get a
any tickets yet,
confirmation.
Trey?
Yeah, actually, I bought a ticket yesterday.
He bought one last night.
A red solo.
Oh man.
Chris?
Yeah.
Husband.
I want that jacket.
So
For him, man.
so I'm going to tell you though. Last charity event I participated was the Derby event, the St. Jude Derby event, and I just randomly. This is just how it works. I randomly bought a raffle ticket for something, and I ended up being the top winner of a weekend trip to Le Berge, as well as a bottle of Blanton's. So. Yeah, so I'm just saying, sometimes you don't have to buy half the tickets, guys, if you just buy a couple of tickets. You know, if your heart tells you buy half the tickets, just make irresponsible decisions, go for it. By the way, speaking of irresponsible, that leads us to not something that's irresponsible, but that is funding the mission, right? Fund the mission component. That is the money component of the event. Yes, the event is a wonderful opportunity to have fun, to see all the people that you know and love in Baton Rouge. It is kind of a who's who event. I love that part of it. I run into people I haven't seen in a while when I go. But the heart of the mission fund the mission is to raise money to fight cancer. So what is Fund the Mission? What is that component of the event?
Yes, so Fund the Mission is we open the floor up to everyone for the opportunity to donate money night of. And that's truthfully, we come in with our sponsorships, but what we raise night of really sets us over the top. And the beautiful part is before it, we're sharing stories, and it's stories of people in the community that you know. It really tugs at your heart because it could happen to you, your family member. And when they're listening to those stories with Fund the Mission, you really, it resonates with you. And you want to hold up your baton, and you want to donate. And we have many levels. So it's not, you don't have to have, $7,000. Well, every little dollar counts. And this is your opportunity where, hey, maybe you couldn't be the big sponsor, but you can donate $100. That is huge.
So I like this attitude of every single dollar counts because, really at the end of the day, it is about you're on stage, you're wearing these awesome outfits, and it is a show. But at the end of the day, it brings it back. That part of the event, which I love, brings it back to the real heart of why we're doing the event or why you guys are doing the event. So, what's your goal for this year?
So our overall goal is 1.5.
1.5 million, guys.
Yes.
That's million dollars.
But this year, when we go into our Fund the Mission section, we want everyone to know where our dollars went last year.
Okay.
Can I just mention a few things?
Yeah, it's your show.
Awesome. Hey,
So
you gave me the whole time, so
Yeah.
I'm going to take it. So the best parts are, everybody wants to know, where does the money go? Yes, American Cancer Society is a national organization, and so the research dollars that are raised and are funneled in are on a national scale. But in our community, we fund transportation grants, which all of our state hospitals can apply for those grants, and they are generally granted at 100% of their request. And that gets our patients who don't have the access to care component, it makes it available to them. The tremendous telescope during COVID was our patients weren't getting treated because they couldn't get there.
Mm-hmm.
And so these dollars fund transportation. It also funds the Hope Lodge. So the Patrick F. Taylor Hope Lodge is in New Orleans. It is a 100% funded hotel for a patient who is going through treatment and their caretaker. Sometimes the list is very long, but a lot of times there is opportunity. We have the other closest one to us, which ours is in New Orleans, is in Houston. So if for some reason a patient does have to travel to Texas for treatment and they can't find from all of our incredible cancer centers here the treatment that they need and they do have to go, American Cancer Society can help support that as well. I know my parents live in a different state. I want to do something that's affecting them also.
Awesome. Awesome. Best Dressed Ball, not this Saturday, but next Saturday. BRBestDressedBall.com, right? And look, there's opportunities for you to give. You can give. By the way, let's say I can't make the event, but I want to fund the mission. Can I still donate to that? And how do I donate to that?
Like Whitney said, go to that BRBestDressedBall.com. It's going to take you to our homepage. There are quick links to either buy raffle tickets for Couture for a Cure, or you can fund the mission. You can put in your own denomination, or you can select a level that's designated.
Love it. Love it. Man, I'm amped up about this event. I need to get this. I need to get this. Well, I mean, look, and look, I'll say this. When we go, we kind of make an entire afternoon and evening of it. Typically what we do is we love the meal. It's great. But we maybe have a pre-party somewhere that has food as well in the downtown area. Yeah. And then, we go to the actual event, and then there's the post-ball after-party event that is somewhere around there. Great, by the way, great recommendation. Get maybe a downtown hotel room, make a staycation out of it. Love you guys for coming on the show. Now, look, Brian, we're gonna take a break next week, and it may be that we're taking two weeks breaks because of this murder trial I'm involved with.
Okay.
I mean, you okay with that? You're all right. You seem like you're okay with it. Yeah.
Brian, you're crushing it.
Bring the cutout over here.
Can we do the cutout on this show?
Yeah.
Thank you, Trey.
I think the 5 listeners will be just fine waiting 2 weeks. No, I'm joking. I kid. I'm sure there's 6 listeners. So, look, that's about it for this episode. Special shout out. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, really, God bless her. I texted Michelle several weeks ago, and I was like, hey, you want to come on the show? There's a lot that's going on. As you've noticed, there's a lot going on to get this event together, and she accommodated me. She placated me and said, yes, I'll get some people on the show for you. That's about it. Oh, now we have 2 minutes.
You have 2 minutes.
Not just 1 minute. It's been that kind of a show today. It's okay. So I really do. No, it's okay. Trust me, I can fill 2 minutes.
Miss Chris would be very happy with my tap dancing. I have a shuffle step that will crush.
So that is the other thing is, so I've done a few events in the last 3 to 5 years, pre-COVID and post-COVID, that have had runways. And I got to tell you, the anxious side of me, as much as I like being a diva and getting over the extra, we've talked about this before. I have extra tendencies. The runway actually makes me, the dancing and frolicking on the runway is not my natural. Like, if you could have saw me at the fur ball with my dog Molly, my mini schnauzer, it was like, man, it seemed like you were just trying to get on the stage and off the stage. And I was like, my dog communicates her displeasure about life by using the bathroom. And I just wanted to get through the entire, that's her words. Her words are number 2 or number 1. And so,
simple.
But it was like, she's basic, which is odd because she's my dog. Yeah, I'm extra. We're great combo. It's like odd couple. So anyways, Hey, look, we're out of time. We'll be back sometime. www.geauxrouge.com. Thank you guys for listening. Best Dress Ball. There's still time for you to get on the wait list to get the tickets. No guarantees, but maybe if you offer an insane amount of money, somebody will sell their tickets to raise money for charity. Who knows? Yep. All right, guys, that's about it. We'll be back next time.
You want to tell YouTube goodbye?
Hey, YouTube.
Bye.
I'm glad you were able to come.
Thank you.
Glad you're able to come. We'll see you guys next time.